Okay, so we have seen the concept of merge by using the GitHub remote, right? So let's learn the same concept by using the command line or a local. For example, I can create my own branch locally. I can merge them if I want to locally also, right? That's what I want. For example, see, in the real life scenario, what would happen is you will not work on your main branch. So this is the code that I got. For example, suppose I got these files. For example, 3.java is a newly added file that I have, right? Everything, this is like a this is like a final code that I have, right? So what I will do is I will create my new branch, which is -b, let's say future 4. This is my branch which I am working on. So this is where I am working on. Somebody is working on feature 5, 6, 7 and all. That's their task. So I will create a new file which is 4.java, and of course you can add something in the 4.java rather than empty. So let's add something, promote this here. Okay, that's the thing. That's only. So click on add. Of course you need to add this file, which is this thing. You have to commit this, right? So 3.java is not added, we are adding 4.java, right? But again, this is added into the feature 4. It is not added into the main branch, right? So ideally what you should do is you should push your changes with the feature 4, right? And this is in the ideal case, what you need to do is you need to just do like this, right? Where you will see in this, click on refresh, you will see that there is a feature branch which is feature 4 is available, and somebody will approve and basically push this or merge this, right, through the UI, right? But suppose you want to do it locally, right? You want to do it, okay, so now no, I will only merge into the main branch. But ideal cases, this is not happen. Generally it will happen in these cases. You will create a new branch. For example, for automation test cases that you are creating, right? So you will create a test 4 branch, which is 4 test cases new you have added, and you will create a pull request afterwards, which is like a cloud. On the cloud generally you will do. But here you are saying, no, I have to do it my own way. So you will just do a main checkout and just type merge with the feature 4. Here you will see now that it is successfully merged and 4.java is also available. Now you need to push your main branch that I have updated everything. Now this is not an ideal case in this case, which is if you use git push, git push, everything up to date. Let's check. Here if you see 4.java is also available now, and here if you see feature 4 and main are almost equal. So ideal case will be like this. For example, first of all you will pull everything, pull from main everything, because you want to take all the changes from the other people who have pushed. You will create a new branch. For example, this is where you are working. So let's say bug, let's say automation branch. I have an automation branch, right? So automation branch that I'm working on. I will add a new file which is 5.java, right? Git add 5.java. I will basically do commit in this case, right? 5.java is added in this case, right? Now I will use, basically what I will do is, ideal cases you have to basically use a push, which will say that this branch is actually doesn't exist on the remote. Do you want to create? Yes, I want this to be created. So let's do this. So this is the ideal thing that I basically telling you right here. Now close this. Here you will see there is a new branch which is automation added. It is telling you will go to click on compare and pull. This is you, so you will assign a reviewer like here, right? You will add, for example, any name which will be review your changes. So here you will say please review my test case, and I have added 5.java, create a pull request. So when somebody is saying that, okay, they will see the commits, they will go to the commit tab, they will see what you have added. Okay, you have added, say, this thing, blah blah blah. They'll say there's a check file, there's a file change, what file has changed. So they will say that, okay, there's a new file which is added. Okay, amazing. Conversation, they can comment, they can basically add some things. For example, they can say why you have added 5 comment, right? So you will say, okay, this one is done, right? So you'll say that, okay, quote reply, this is fine. Okay, this is both of them, close comment, right, which will close it. Now it is done. Now what you can do is see, you will reopen the pull request because somebody has questioned you, right? That's why. And there's no conflict basically means there's no problem in this case, and merge your changes. That's it, and you're happily merged. You will see this icon, which means that everything is pushed into the main branch, which is the super important thing that you want to do. Okay, move back to the same thing, right? So now important thing is sometimes you want to create a temporary commits rather than committing something, right? Which means suppose that I am into automation branch, let's move to main branch, right? Here you have to take a pull because there is some new changes which are added, right? For example, 5.java is added, right? That's why, right? Suppose I'm working, so this is the thing, I'm working on the 5.java. For example, let's say 5.java I'm working on in this file. So I'm saying that okay, this is the changes that I have added. See, if you do ls, if you say git status, you will see there is a changes in the file. But okay, now you remember, okay, I was checking the file 5.java, but I have to change something in the 4.java also, right? So what you will do is you can temporarily stash them. So you can say stash, so it will save in a temporary folder. So here if you see git status, right, you will see nothing is present because that change is basically pushed into a temporary file, which is stash. So if you want to see them, you can do stash list. Here if you see, this is the changes that you have basically done, and this is the stash 0 if you want to see. So now you can save as much stash as you want, right? For example, suppose now I'm working with 4.java also. Now I started working on 4.java. I have added, say, promote this here. Okay. Now I can do stash save. I can give a name also. For example, 4.java is changed, right? And if you see git stash list, right, there are two changes still are present in the stash which are not basically merged. These are temporary changes. Now I want both of them. I want basically these to be added, right? So go to list and I will use git stash this. Git stash pop is there, right? Which is that, yes, pop in this case, right? So if you see pop basically means the last change. If you do stash list, now there's only one change, which is the first one, which is now there, right? So pop, this is actually a stack in this case. So whatever that you have pushed last, it will be automatically added in this case. So if I do pop again, it will put all the changes in this case. So if you see now status, right, there are two files which are basically changed, which is 4.5 and if you want to add them, go and click on dot, click on commit. So let's say these are changed rather than these, right? So now, and amazing, and same thing, you have to just push it, right? So now everything is done. You can push them into the main repository, so it will go to the latest one and go to your changes. You will see they are present into the remote also. So let's check with the Java, right? Data is available. Promote this thing, okay is also available, right? So changes are available and you can see them. So git merge, this is how it is helpful. Little advanced concept, which is git ignore file. If you want to ignore log files, runners and other things, right, you can use git ignore file. You can create a git ignore file by using online tool. There is an online tool also, top, yes, this one, right? Here you can basically add, for example, you can select which ignore file that you want. I want to ignore my IntelliJ. So what happens is, in this case is, you will see there are some random files which are basically present. Suppose you are working in Eclipse, right? You will see apart from this file which you are working on, these are your files, right? There are some other folders which are created by the IntelliJ that you don't want basically into your repository, right? That's why you will create a git ignore file. So how you can create it is by using git ignore. So .git ignore, which is actually the file, and you have to basically and tell them what exactly is I have to ignore. So here I'm saying that all the IntelliJ related folders, please include them. So you have to enter like this, click on save. That's it. Click on save, and now you will see if you do git status or anything, right, all these files which are basically, so you don't have to push this, nothing else, you can push this also. Right now what will happen is all the folders which are like which basically match with this, right, if they are present into this main directory, if you do ls, right, they are present somewhere, they will be ignored, they will not push to your remote. Because see, you don't want to push node modules are very very heavy, right, you don't want to push these are temporary file by the idea which is IntelliJ created by IntelliJ. You don't want to push them into repository, right, that's where you can ignore them by using the git ignore file. Again, if you want to see the difference between the commits, you can use git log, you can see git log, so all the logs that basically we have worked on, right. So last one we have worked on is git java changes, this is the IDs of first one, this is the second of the second one. So if you want to see, so you can say git diff this, and so you can give the IDs actually, and this, okay, I think they should be separated by something else, or dot. So you can basically find the difference between two commits, right. I think there's a known version, git log, shorter version we can use, right. I think okay, last one also works, last 6 if I'm not wrong. Let me check, I'm just trying it in front of you. Diff is a command actually, diff. This one, diff this dot, let me check if I can do this. Okay, the both are same. Okay, no, used to separate with the revisions like this. There is a way like this only. Okay, I think it is front. Oh, wait a minute, let me check. Okay, so I think when you add something, then only it will show. So basically I have basically done git diff, right. So in the same file you can see that previous was this, I have added some new contents, that's why it is showing you, right. So git diff and the file name you can basically do, which is whatever the file name that you have, it will show you exactly what are the diff, which is basically what kind of increment that you have entered, right. That's where you can check it out here. So one more thing that you can do is you can revert back to original things also. For example, if you do git diff, right, you will see git diff basically mean differentiations, right. This is the new thing that I have entered, but suppose I don't want, so I can do a git checkout, right. It will remove, if you see, whatever the changes that I have basically done. So it will basically check out from the remote repository what was it, so it will basically bring back the original changes. That's what you can do. Similarly, there is a revert also, you can revert to head basically means when you have initially started. You can revert to a particular commit also if you want to, right. These are some common example that you want to basically do, right. Now resolving conflict, this is the super important thing that you should learn into this, because conflict is one of the important thing which will happen, which means that there are on the same file, two person have added something, which one is true that you want. For example, in this simple scenario, right, suppose this is your main branch, somebody is basically working on the same 5.java file, this person is also working on 5.java file. It has added X changes, it has added Y changes. Now they want to merge with each other, right. So which one is true, which one we have to keep and which one we have to delete, this is where the conflict will happen in this case. Let me show you how. Okay, so now let me explain you the merge conflict, how this happened. Okay, so first of all, what I did is I have a simple file. For example, suppose here, so I have created a new branch by using the git checkout -bt, right. T branch I have created. So in the T branch, I have opened the 5.java. I have entered some messages like 333, for example, 33 and 222. So previous to that, the changes in the, so T branch is basically working on the 5.java, which this is the original content. this is what we have entered up, that this is what we have entered in the down, right? So this is the file that T branch is basically have done the modification, right? Make sense right now? Okay, but in the same main branch I have also entered some details where I have basically committed that there is a QQQ and the QQQ which basically is entered into this, right? So both of you want, so this is actually is by the main branch, this is by the T branch, which one is true? So now it is telling you head basically means in the main branch is saying that this is true, and T branch, which is incoming branch, is telling you that this is true. So which one you have to keep? This is the important point, right? So now there is a conflict between these two branches. So T branch is basically pushing that, okay, this message should have this message in the start, and this one is the true. You are saying this one is the same, this one is the true. So when you use a git merge, when you're trying to merge the T branch into this main branch, you will get a auto merging. So auto merging is not possible. There is a conflict that is present in this file. So how to resolve this, right? Very simple. What you need to do is you have to see now testers, developers, they will sit together and they will say which of the changes we need. So suppose this one is needed. So first of all, we will delete this, right? And we will delete these head changes because these are just for your references. So you will remove everything in this case. Now you will say that, okay, I want to keep everything in this case. This is my duplicate message, so I will not keep this. So this one, let's keep it like this, and this one is the correct one, which I think is fine, right? So now I have to do is, so here I have to basically add this file and I have to commit this message that I want QQQ and 333, both of them, right? So this is what the final changes are. So now auto merging, if you see, it is done, everything is push, everyone is happy in this case, right? So committed we have done, and push will put the changes. Now if you see, go to your repo, that final changes of 5.java should be visible to you. Let me check 5.java, right? So all the changes for both of the branches, T branch as well as main branch, are present now. We have successfully resolved all the conflicts also. So conflict resolution is also important. You will see conflicts, which is head, which means this is present into your current branch. Tim branch, which is this is coming. So whenever you see these arrows, right, this is coming. They want to push this. So you want to use older for loop or a new for loop. So you have to choose which one you have to use. For example, suppose this one you have to use, so you can delete this. So delete everything, which is, of course, you have to delete these things. So you have to do that, right? Then only it will work, right? So this was all about the Git. I hope you have learned something new, where we have discussed what is Git, GitHub, or different type of commands. This is actually enough for a software tester. You should know. I think I have covered maximum thing, even as a developer, that you should know. Few things which are remaining. There are some advanced concepts like rebase, right? Rebase is very similar to merge, but rebase is very, you can say, people don't prefer to use rebase, which is basically pushing up the changes, right? I will try to explain in upcoming lectures, don't worry. But merge is the thing that you should know. I think I have shown you. Merge conflict I have shown you, right? These are important things. Yeah, I would suggest you just give it a try. Upload, if you're a manual tester, you're seeing it, upload your resume into your GitHub repo, beautiful one that I have basically seen, right? And if you want to see mine, right, I have created mine also. For example, go to Pramod Datta, create your own repos. If you're an automation tester, push your repos. For example, here if you see rest assured ones I have put, right? And you can beautifully create these pages also. I would request all of you to do that. Here if you see my changes, right, green ones, multiple repos, almost like 96 repos I have. This is your rest assured framework that basically you can create. Selenium one, everyone. Here you will see all the things, page object extended patterns, right? Cucumber BDD pattern, everything is basically present here that you will see, right? So this is the same process that you have to follow. And this was all about the Git. I hope you have learned something new. This was it. And this notes will be available for downloading purpose. You can download it. This was all about it. Branching, everything that you have basically seen. Thanks a lot and bye. Bye-bye. Do let me know how it was. I hope it was helpful, right? In the comments somewhere, if you find any comment, do let me know. If you're watching it for free, somewhere on the free or something, right? If you want to say thank you, thanks a lot, in the comment. It took me nearly 1.5 hour because I'm creating it at night. So a very small thanks from you will be helpful for me. Thank you. Bye bye.